Is somebody secretly sabotaging Prince of Persia? The more I dig into it, the more questions I have. Keep in mind that this video is for entertainment purposes only, and I have no idea where the truth lies. My journey down the Prince of Persia rabbit hole started right around the time that I saw Ubisoft shadow dropped Rogue Prince of Persia. It was August 20th to be exact. After playing and enjoying the game that was developed by Evil Empire and published by Ubisoft, I went on to Steam and Xbox to see what other gamers' opinions were of the game. While most reviewers and ratings were positive into why they thought the game was bad, I noticed that the 1-star reviews of the game were oddly short and provided little detail into why they thought the game was so bad, other than technical glitches such as lost save states. Now, I know what many of you are thinking. These 1-star reviews can be found for almost any game. However, when I read a few 5-star reviews for Rogue Prince of Persia, it caused me to wonder if something bigger was going on.
Whiners forcing hate towards a game because some brain-dead YouTuber told them to? Embarrassing. No issues with the game at all. I don't understand all the hate. If the reviews claim this isn't Prince of Persia game, blah blah, they are either trolls or losers. Here because of the review bombs.
You can tell that these 5-star reviews came from true fans, and their frustration of how Ubisoft is handling their franchise led them to speculate and bring about several conspiracies. Fueling my curiosity, I found a Reddit thread on r/Prince of Persia where fans raged. Ubisoft, why do you hate POP so much? They slammed the Shadow Drop launch. No ads, no hype, just tossed onto Game Pass with about 100 players playing on Steam. But some fans went wilder, whispering, could Ubisoft be sabotaging Rogue on purpose? The thought is that these 1-star reviews were manufactured by Ubisoft to tank the Rogue Prince of Persia game for one reason or another. Let's unpack a few of these potential motives. First, is Ubisoft throwing shade on Evil Empire? Remember, Rogue was fully developed by Evil Empire. Ubisoft only lent them the Prince of Persia IP and published the game. Some fans think that Ubisoft didn't want this indie banger, and it truly is a banger. They didn't want Evil Empire stealing the glory, while their own games like the Skull of Bones disaster or the Lost Crown's weak sales crash and burn. And when you do look at the 1-star reviews, they do seem a bit fishy. Evil Empire even hinted at being outsiders, saying on Steam, "We're a small team, not Ubisoft's main studio." That sounds to me like Evil Empire themselves realized that they were at the mercy of a much bigger gaming corporation. Second is the theory that Prince of Persia is too close to Assassin's Creed. POP's parkour birthed Assassin's Creed, but you can't forget that AC Valhalla sold millions and is by far one of their best-selling intellectual properties at the moment. There is a chance that Ubisoft is keeping Prince of Persia on the sidelines and only making 2D side-scrollers in an attempt to protect the Assassin's Creed franchise. The third theory is it's all about the cold, hard cash. Ubisoft's latest earnings were disappointing to say the least. They missed analyst expectations by a fair amount. This may have made the company nervous to spend marketing on Rogue, leading to a shadow drop and practically zero advertising. It's also possible that the company didn't want Evil Empire to do tremendously well, making the in-house developers look bad. I realize that this is a pretty wild theory, but I suppose it is somewhat in the realm of possibility. Now, keep in mind that I'm just a casual Prince of Persia fan. Yes, my mind was blown by the original game. Yes, I absolutely loved Sands of Time on PS2. And yes, I'm really enjoying playing through Rogue Prince of Persia right now. But I have to tell you, this conspiracies got me hooked, and I got much more interested in the IP of this game and the potential that it could have. If only a different publisher owned the franchise, I think it could be huge. Now, here's my take after diving down the rabbit hole, and it's just my opinion based on what makes the most logical sense to me. I believe that Ubisoft is not showing much love to Prince of Persia games for the simple fact that if they made a modern 3D version of the game, it would be way too similar to the Assassin's Creed franchise. I mean, here's some of the footage of the now canceled Prince of Persia game. And you have to admit, the parkour element looks way too familiar. The problem is, this game looks really fun, and it's a shame that we'll likely never see it. Well, that is unless Ubisoft knows for sure that they would have a home run of a seller on their hands. Why is that? Here's the twist. Ubisoft is bleeding cash. Star Wars Outlaws tanked. The Lost Crowns team was axed. Skull and Bones, Avatar, the list goes on and on. Because of their money issues, Ubisoft has become highly data-driven. They need cold hard proof that a 3D Prince of Persia game would sell. If they knew that, they wouldn't worry about the similarities to Assassin's Creed. If they knew a mountain of cash were at the end of the rainbow, they'd make the game in order to get the company back on track. The problem that I see is that the number of Prince of Persia fans is either quite low, or they don't make themselves known or heard. So those of you that are fans and really want that new 3D Prince game to release, you've got to shout it from the rooftops. Post it on X. Make comments to this YouTube video, and make it known that a large Prince of Persia community indeed exists and are willing to support the franchise. On that note, what do you think is going on with the Prince of Persia franchise? Is there a conspiracy, or is it just corporate politics? Be sure to drop your wildest theory in the comments below.
Thank you for watching this YouTube video. Please like and subscribe, and see you next time in another video.